You already got it. Well, we're looking forward to you publishing that.
Jeff Crouere analyzes and debates the critical issues facing our nation in Ringside Politics. Jump in the ring with Jeff Crouere as he squares off against the liberal media in Ringside Politics. His blow-by-blow analysis will keep you up to speed with what's happening in our nation and around the world. This is Politics with a Punch. Ringside Politics with Jeff Crouere starts now.
Good day, everyone. Jeff Crouere here. Welcome to Ringside Politics on Real America's Voice. A great program lined up for you today. Awesome guests, interesting clips, lots of topics we prepared. Hey, let's welcome all of our friends joining us on Pluto TV, channel 240, Dish Network, channel 219, the Roku channel, Roku, Vizio, all the platforms associated with the Real America's Voice app, americasvoice.news, Samsung TV Plus, channel 1175, Freecast, channel 106, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, our friends online on Getter and True Social. Welcome aboard. Got a lot to do here today on the program. I want to start with, of course, a project that we're excited about here that we created after the stolen 2020 election. It's called Project Keep the Republic. And it was inspired by the end of the Constitutional Convention when Benjamin Franklin was asked, what kind of government have you given us? He replied, Madam, a republic, if you can keep it. Now, how do you keep a republic? It takes real tangible action, adopting the warrior ethos, placing the mission first, never accepting defeat, and folks were never quitting. Organizing groups across the country based on the days of the week, Morning Prayers Monday, Release the Kraken Tuesday, Sheepdog Wednesday, Tech Triumph Thursday, and our favorite, Fraud Busters Friday. So to get started, it's easy. Just gather 2 or more people from your friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, or classmates. Start small, get bigger. And as you do, send me your photos and videos via email to Jeff, Jeff, at WGSO.com. We'll share them with our friends, include a short description of your group and the action depicted. Now, if you want a copy of our slides of our plan, we also have a detailed plan that you put together for the Sheepdog organizational group. You can just email me at jeff@wgso.com, or easy, just go on our website. My last name, crouere.net, download it from there. Also on crouere.net, we've got other good stuff. We've got a senator running for re-election. I think you should resign. You can sign our petition for the immediate resignation of Rhino Senator Bill Hopalong Cassidy. You can also check out my photos and note from President Trump. I think you'll enjoy. My latest video is this. The Trump administration has secured the border and saved American lives. It's got thousands of views. I'd love for you to view it as well. Share it with your friends. Also, my book, as you know, my first one, America's Last Chance, still as relevant as the day I wrote it, working on that sequel. Time to get that in before the midterms. Speaking of the midterms, we have our midterm election countdown clock. We're getting ever closer, folks. You can subscribe to my new podcast, On the Air with Jeff Crouere, ranked number 2 in the state of Louisiana. You can also sign up for our newsletter, which gives you good information on a regular basis and is free. And check out our latest poll. All right, here's the question. What will be the outcome of the war in Iran? So we have 6 different possibilities on there. I'd love for you to check it out. Log on, cast your vote at crouere.net. Let me know what you think about the war and what is going to be happening there. Will there still be a radical Islamic regime? Will there be democracy? Will there be a monarchy? Will the country be in total chaos like Libya? Will it be chopped up? What are your thoughts about it? Let me know at crouere.net. You can contact me there on the website. You can also, of course, contact me via social media. I'm on Gab, Getter, True Social, and X at Jeff Crouere, and on Facebook at Ringside Politics. Every time we gather, we share our favorite pro-Trump image of the day. This one was contributed by Robert in Virginia, and this is a good one. Yes. Trying to do something about election fraud, but the Uniparty, they don't want to do anything about election fraud, do they? Our Ringside Politics Champion of the Week. We recognize a great organization each week, and this time it's the Monumental Task Committee. This is a group that works hard to save history, preserve monuments, preserve historic markers. They use their own volunteers to do what the government won't do. Governments try to take down monuments like they did here in New Orleans with a left-wing mayor who wanted to destroy history. This group tries to preserve it. In one case, they fished out a monument from the lake that some activists had thrown it in there to preserve it. And these folks aren't paid. They just do great volunteer work. So go to monumentaltask.org, check them out, and support their fine work. All right. With the economy sort of the way it is, as we know, up and down, now's a good time to diversify. And I certainly recommend gold. And when you do that, let's go to Birch Gold. There's so many things out of our control right now. So Birch Gold is who I recommend. They can help you, folks, convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in physical gold. That's awesome. The best news is it doesn't cost you a penny out of your pocket. You got to love it. So to get started, just text America to 989898. You get a free info kit. You also can do something about your savings that you probably wanted to do for a long time. So protect it with Birch Gold. Text America to 989898 and get your free info kit today. All right, let's check out some of these topics that we're following here on the program. So the war with Iran now entering its fourth week. President is saying that it may wind down, of course, based on his assessment of the goals being accomplished. Certainly militarily, it has been an absolute amazing success. Tens of thousands of targets have been hit by the Israelis and the Americans. So the leadership is gone. Now you've got, I guess, independent military units that are still firing these drones and missiles that they still have in a dwindling stockpile. Marines are now going to be deploying to the region. 5,000 the Pentagon is sending. And, of course, the goal is to keep the Strait of Hormuz open, where so much of the world's oil and gas come through. For the United States, it's not that big of a deal, but for other countries, our allies, it is critical. And certainly the fact that it has been closed has led to what we've seen with the price of oil. Now, this week, a big announcement made by Joe Kent, the counterterrorism chair, resigning. He said that we're pushed into this by Israel. He couldn't in good conscience stay. He gave some interviews with different podcasters, and in one of the interviews, he made a claim that I found pretty disturbing, that he was called off on checking into the Charlie Kirk assassination. And as you know, folks, I've had questions about that from day one. And I wouldn't know why people would be called off by saying, hey, nothing to see here. To me, it looks like there's a lot more we need to investigate as far as that assassination and the assassination attempts on President Trump. He was basically told to stand down there, too. Now, we've got some new poll data coming out, and that's why it's important, in my opinion, that this war be successfully completed and hopefully end relatively soon. JL Partners, which is a pro-Trump group, shows the president's approval rating at 42%, which is about where it has been. Support for the war is at 33%. Strong among MAGA Republicans, not strong among Democrats, of course. But that key swing group, independents, are now trending more like Democrats. So it is a concern as we look for the midterm. We cannot allow the Democrats to take control of the Congress. That would be an utter, complete, total disaster. Let me say it again. That would be an utter, complete, total disaster. Now, people vote their pocketbook. So whether we won the war in Iran or it's still going on, they're going to vote based on their economic well-being. And the Saudis are now warning that the price of oil could reach $180 a barrel. So that's why we need the Marines there to keep that Strait of Hormuz open. We need the free flow of commerce there. And, with this regime hopefully coming to an end soon, I hope it's all done before the midterms, because if not, we're looking at a very tough political situation for our country. The president, to mitigate against that, has authorized 172 million barrels of oil to be released from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The first batch, over 40 million barrels, has already been released. So that's one economic pressure point. Another was interest rates. Now, this week, the Federal Reserve met, and this guy, Jerome Too Late Powell, is hanging on. He's not resigning, and they didn't lower interest rates. So interest rates are now stuck, and hopefully when the new Federal Reserve chair gets there, we'll start seeing interest rate relief, which is what we've needed a long time, and certainly that would help the housing market, help the overall economy. What's not helping are the Democrats shutting down the Department of Homeland Security, and travel delays galore all throughout our airports. Some airports may need to be shut down. You got to get to the airport 4 hours early now. Some agents are selling blood. Some are now sleeping in their cars. Others are leaving. I think there's been a 10% absenteeism rate. And a lot of these agents are working double shifts and doing the best they can with limited personnel. So kudos to those who are working without getting paid to keep our skies safe. But it's a situation that can't continue. Now, what happened this week to Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee is amazing to me. She is a, red state governor. Arkansas is a red state, doing a good job. She was a former press secretary for the president. When she was press secretary, she was kicked out of a restaurant in Virginia. And now as governor, she's kicked out of a restaurant in Little Rock. Now, she seems like a very nice lady. I don't know why any of these restaurants would keep kicking her out. But to me, it's deranged leftists that are doing this. Can you imagine a conservative owning a restaurant? A liberal comes in. We're not going to kick the liberal out of the restaurant. It's these leftists. They're deranged. And they said they couldn't serve her, that she was making them feel unsafe. I mean, how ludicrous is that? That is just ludicrous. And finally, some good news. I want to end on some good news with our review of the news. James Comey and many others will be subpoenaed in a grand conspiracy case that obviously is wide-ranging, involving many, many, many people in, of course, the Russia collusion and all the other attempts that were made to bring down President Trump and unfairly target him. This could be leading to indictments and hopefully convictions. And it's a first step, and it tells me that maybe we'll start seeing some action. We've been calling for people to be indicted. This could be the start of hopefully something very positive, because we want justice in this country. There can't be a double standard of justice. And this is a good first step. All right, we got a lot to get to as we roll on. We'll take a brief time out, take care of some business. Our first guest is going to be joining us next. She is a mother of a son who tragically overdosed on fentanyl. She's an angel mom. And Elizabeth Thunder is going to be joining us next, right here on Ringside.
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better online protection with NordVPN. It will encrypt your online traffic, protect you from malware, phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get NordVPN now.
We all know that words have power.
They set things in motion.
And make us happy or sad.
But there's one word that stands out, because when people say it, lives are changed.
It's not a big word.
It's itsy bitsy.
It's only 3 little letters.
But when you say it,
the life of a kid like me can be changed.
So, what is this special word?
It may surprise you.
It's yes.
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 Yes to becoming a monthly supporter of Shriners Hospitals for Children.
That's right. Your monthly support allows the doctors and nurses at Shriners Hospitals for Children to give the most amazing care anywhere and change the lives of kids like me.
And me. And me.
Because people like you have said yes. Now I can play football.
And I can play catch.
And I can walk.
So what do you say? Will you say yes right now?
It's so easy.
All you have to do is pick up the phone or go to loveshriners.org right now and say yes. When you say yes to giving just $19 a month, only 63 cents a day, we'll send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a reminder of all the kids you're helping every day. My life is filled with possibility because of the monthly support of people just like you who called the number on your screen and said yes.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Your yes is making a difference in my life and the lives of so many other kids like me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving.
Please call or go online now. If operators are busy, call again or go to loveshriners.org to say yes right away.
It's time to stand up and save with InstaSeal by Bell & Howell, the world's first vertical vacuum sealing system designed to save you money. InstaSeal removes the air completely, extending freshness up to 6 times longer. Now that's saving. Get the complete InstaSeal system. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-308-6802. That's 1-800-308-6802 or order online at buyinstaseal.com.
Welcome back. And very pleased now to bring on our first guest today. And she wears a lot of hats. She's an activist. She's a speaker. She's a media contributor. And she became a prominent fentanyl awareness advocate after the tragic death of her 15-year-old son, Weston, from fentanyl poisoning in 2022. She spoke at the 2024 Republican National Convention. And I just saw she's going to be speaking at CPAC, so I was glad to see that. She comments on all kinds of issues of importance: border security, fentanyl prevention, family advocacy. Ann Fundner is with us. And Ann, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and it's great to have you back on our program. And certainly thank you for your activism. And again, I'm so sorry about the death of your son. Probably something that seems like it was just yesterday, right, Ann?
Yeah, every day I wake up, it seems like it's just happened yesterday. It's still very fresh, and I don't think that's ever going to change.
You want to tell our audience a little bit about Weston?
Yeah, Weston was an amazing kid. He was my firstborn. He taught me what it meant to really love somebody the way that you love something so unconditionally. He was incredibly funny. He lived to make other people laugh. He lit up the room when he walked in with his smile and his giggle. He had the best giggle. Athlete and good student in high school. He was a freshman in high school, private schooled, Christian schooled, went to church twice a week. I was room mom, very involved in his life, talked to him about drugs, talked to him about all the dangers. And, you know, even still, we had this beautiful life. Fentanyl still found my son, and peer pressure in a new situation, freshman year, where he wanted to fit in, got to my son.
So he was given a pill, right? And so it was a poisoning, right, Ann?
Absolutely, it was a poisoning. He was deceived to death. They had given him something that looked like a Percocet. He only tried a little bit, a piece of it, because I think he was just trying to get away with scoring some peer pressure points so that he could fit in with this new crowd. But it wasn't a Percocet at all. It was pure pressed powder and fentanyl, and that's it. So it was complete deception. It would be like you going into a store and ordering a drink, and then instead of that drink, they gave you colored water with cyanide, and it's really no different than that. So it was complete deception. He was deceived to death, which means he was poisoned, and they treated it as a murder investigation.
Since his tragic death, Ann, you've become a leading voice against this fentanyl crisis. And, of course, it's been 4 years now since he tragically passed. Where are we right now as a country?
Well, thank God for President Trump. We were really going downhill. It was getting worse. My hands were over my face daily listening to the news of another 10,000 people, another caravan, more people being arrested with 400,000 fentanyl pills and being given a date to come back for a court date, and they would never show up. It was just the wild, wild west out there. And then, I just knew that President Trump was our only hope. I expressed that at the RNC, that we really needed him back to clean up this mess. And he's come in, he's closed the borders, 0 border crossing the past, I think, 9 months already. On top of that, closed the de minimis loophole, which closes it allows packages under $800 to be inspected from companies like Shein and Temu, especially the big, who are very big culprits in sending bricks of fentanyl over. He's dealt with China with tariffs. He has gone after the cartels directly by blowing up their boats, taking Maduro out, the largest cartel leader in the world. He also signed the Fentanyl Act and Bruce's Law as well. He has labeled fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction. He is not taking any prisoners. He is really doing everything possible to stop this crisis, and he's giving the angels a voice and a lot of attention, and that is so just polar opposite of our last administration, who almost seemed to be inviting it. I wouldn't even say almost, definitely seemed to be inviting it in.
Well, when you allow in millions of people illegally, you allow in drugs and guns and terrorism and cartels and destruction. And we're in the process now of trying to remove these people that were let in. But step number one is to shut down the inflow, which, as you say, Ann, has been done, thankfully. How has that impacted fentanyl poisoning and fentanyl overdose deaths? Because I know that was an epidemic. I had heard, of the drug-related deaths in this country, 70% of them were fentanyl related, and we were looking at numbers over 100,000. Yep. So do we have any facts and figures to back up, what this is translated into?
Yes. So since 2024, which, by the way, the CDC put out provisional numbers in July so that it would help Biden in the election. Those provisional numbers, they said, were around 60-something thousand, but there were no programs in place to stop something as addictive as fentanyl to just stop on its own. So those were not real numbers. The number was, in 2024, a little over 100,000. It was still up of people who lost their lives, and those are underreported numbers as well. I'll add that. Since President Trump has come in, those numbers have dropped. First, we saw a 23% reduction. We're about 56% reduction in fentanyl deaths to date, and that is a huge amount. We still have a way to go. There's stockpiles here. They prepared for President Trump. This is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. They're not just going to go away overnight. These are business people, and they are finding ways to still push it on your children and on young adults and get people addicted. There's a whole new generation of bigger and worse than fentanyl coming out.
And we have about a minute, but the precursor chemicals come from China. Correct me if I'm wrong. Processed in Mexico. Yep. Drug cartels then push them, into our country. The president has taken aggressive action, as you said, against Maduro. We've taken action in Ecuador. Should we take action against these drug cartels in Mexico? Because it seems like the president there is doing nothing.
Yeah, Sinaloa, Jalisco, there's so many different cartels that are pushing fentanyl. We absolutely need to. We are getting a little cooperation from some Mexican leaders, but we do need everybody on board in Mexico to help with this and not push back on it. There's over almost 1,000 different fentanyl analogs, which are not even close to the pharmaceutical grade, that they are mixing in and pushing on your children. And again, like the next generation of drugs coming behind it are much more powerful and addictive. So yeah, we do need to come down on Mexico. I'd love to see them start taking out the cartels with force. So would I, and that would save a lot of lives, and certainly something that would be a benefit for generations to come. And thank you for your work. Thank you so much for joining us, for your courage.
I look forward to having you back on the program right here on Ringside. All right, so some powerful fireworks this week in Congress. Tulsi Gabbard appeared before Congress talking about the war and how the goals are different between the U.S. and Israel. Question by Representative Castro. Let's check out this exchange. Let's go to clip number 1.
My question is, what does the intelligence community assess Israel's goals in this war to be? And are those goals aligned with the goals of the United States?
I'm thinking carefully here about what can be said in this open setting versus a closed setting.
Are the goals aligned?
The objectives that have been laid out by the president are different from the objectives that have been laid out by the Israeli government.
And how do they differ?
We can see through the operations that the Israeli government has been focused on disabling the Iranian leadership and taking out several members, obviously beginning with the Ayatollah, the supreme leader. And they continue to focus on that effort.
And how does that differ from our goals?
The president has stated that his objectives are to destroy Iran's ballistic missile launching capability, their ballistic missile production capability, and their Navy, the IRGC Navy, and mine-laying capability.
I think our goal's very close to being met because a lot of that has been totally destroyed. Now, there is a supplemental request for $200 billion to continue the war. One conservative member of Congress, Lauren Boebert, saying no to that. Let's check out clip number 2.
I will not vote for a war supplemental. No, I am a no. I've already told leadership I am a no on any war supplementals. I am so tired of spending money elsewhere. I am tired of the industrial war complex getting all of our hard-earned tax dollars. I have folks in Colorado who can't afford to live. We need America First policies right now, and that I'm not doing that. We need the Save America Act, FISA with warrants. There's a lot of hard lines that I have right now, and we've got to get our act together if we want to keep this majority, and the path that we're going doesn't look very promising.
Should the administration get out of Iran?
That's up to the president.
All right, that's Lauren Boebert and what her concerns are. And keeping the majority has got to be key, and that's got to happen. And of course, again, it's all about economic well-being. It's all about how people are feeling economically. That's how they're going to vote. That's going to lead to either the Republicans maintaining control of Congress or losing it. And if the Democrats take control of Congress, get ready, folks. 100% of their focus is going to be investigations, impeachment. It is going to be 2 years of constant battles with Congress. We've got to prevent that from happening. A lot more to get to as we roll on. Let's talk about Cuba next. Very special guest joining us right here on Ringside, Real America's Voice. We'll be right back.
Everybody hates Beth. She eats all the food she loves and stays slim. Kim starves herself dieting, yet still can't lose weight. Beth is full of energy. Kim always feels tired. Beth has an unfair advantage. She takes Almaced, a breakthrough health and weight loss shake that optimizes your metabolism to help you lose weight in a whole new way.
I couldn't lose weight no matter how much I exercise. I tried Almaced. I lost 26 pounds.
The reason you're having trouble losing weight could be a liver clogged with fat that's slowing your metabolism, making it very difficult to lose weight and stubborn belly fat. Almaced is a scientifically proven food supplement that uses natural amino acids and bioactive peptides to help unclog your liver and optimize your metabolism, so it's easier to lose weight.
My name is Stephanie Phillips Solar, and I'm an Almaced success story. I was able to lose 67 pounds with Almaced in roughly 7 to 8 months.
My weight is down. I feel much more energetic than I have in the past.
Over the course of time, I lost a total of 25 pounds. So thank you, Almaced.
Almacet is all natural, supports healthy blood sugar levels, and it's diabetic friendly. Some weight loss plans have you feel weak and hungry, but Almacet will renew your energy, and you can lose weight and feel great.
Almacet's unique protein can truly absorb in your body and aid with weight loss.
Studies showed Almacet helps you lose double the weight compared to other diets.
The fact is, Almacet works, and I highly recommend it.
Go to almacet.com now to get started for just $39.99. That's $4 a meal. We guarantee you can lose weight or you'll get your money back. Be like Beth and get the unfair weight loss advantage with Almacet.
President Trump ended the nightmare for almost all January 6 defendants when he delivered on his promise to pardon those who suffered through our two-tiered system of justice. But there are still 12 January 6 defendants whose fights are far from over. These J6ers still face overwhelming legal battles. Scan the QR code now or visit j6support.com to help stand in the gap push for pardons for these patriots. Many have lost their jobs, homes, and life savings due to prolonged incarceration, and even though they've had their sentences commuted, they still cannot vote, possess firearms, receive any military pensions and retirement benefits, obtain health care coverage for themselves and their families, or secure employment. Stand in the Gap is renewing our Justice Restoration Fund to advocate for full pardons for these patriots. Please visit j6support.com or scan the QR code to support our fight for justice for these January 6 defendants. Your gift today helps us partner with reputable attorneys and legal advisors to ensure they have a fair chance at winning their cases and having their rights restored. Please donate today to let these J6ers know that they are not forgotten. Scan the QR code or visit j6support.com to make a tax-deductible donation to our Justice Restoration Fund.
All right, so we've seen action in Venezuela. We've seen action in Iran. Is Cuba next? It looks like the country is collapsing. There's an oil embargo there. People look like they're lining up for food. There's a blackout. There are riots now. Some prisoners were released under pressure. Let's talk to an excerpt. Humberto Cancio is joining us, and he is a Cuban native. He's an attorney. He's an author. Humberto, how are you, sir? Welcome. Thanks for joining the program.
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for having me.
So you were born in Cuba. You left at an early age, but you were certainly someone that knows that country very, very well. What's going on there today, Humberto? Fill us in, please.
Well, Jeff, I've been practicing law for 47 years in Miami, and I've seen wave after wave of Cubans come out from Cuba, and I've kept very much in touch with everybody. So let me explain real quick what's been going on in Cuba. In the 80s or 90s, they didn't have oil either, and the buses in Havana and in other cities were being actually pulled by oxen, believe it or not. And then about in the year 2000, began the brownouts and the blackouts. Cuba has never had sufficient oil to really have an electrical system that worked in the last 20, 25 years. And so the brownouts and the blackouts occurred to the point that the government came in and began to normalize those. And they were in many parts of Cuba, they're actually scheduled, let's say from 2 to 4 in the afternoon and so forth, and people just lose their electricity. The point is that now, with the problems in Venezuela, there is no petroleum at all, so they're having a hard time giving electricity. To be precise, Venezuela was actually giving Cuba the oil in exchange for Cuban troops, which were the people who guarded Maduro. Has not publicly known, but 90 Cuban soldiers died.
They didn't stand much of a chance against our special forces there. I think a lot of them. So you said 90 died, Humberto? 90?
The rumors in Miami have been that somewhere between 79 and 90 of them died.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you make of Russia now aiding Cuba? They're bringing in shipments of oil. Is that true? I mean, that's what we've been reading.
Yes, it would be to Russia's benefit momentarily to do that. Russia maintained Cuba during the 1960s and 70s to the tune of about $8 million a day. In exchange, Cuba would send its soldiers to Africa.
Wow. So Cuba was sending their soldiers all over the place. So what about the protests that are going there now? Do you believe that we could see maybe an overthrow of this regime?
I think there's going to be a slow change. Without the money from the oil, the armed forces, the soldiers and the officers can't get the extra benefits that they used to get. So the regime really can't assure themselves of the loyalty of the army. And that's a big problem for them. That's how they stay in power. Once that loyalty is gone, because these men are no longer getting extra benefits, they have no stability and they can't count on them. So I think that that's what really brings them to the table. The fear that the people that they, I'm sorry, yes.
No, and I appreciate you saying that. Is the current regime pretty much the same type of regime as we had with the Castro brothers? Same type of communist dictatorship, Humberto?
Different face, same regime. Nothing has changed.
So what should our role be in the United States? The president has talked about military action. What would you recommend, Humberto, if you were advising the president?
I think that the Cuban government is going to fall by its own weight, quite frankly. I don't think they can sustain the country. Even if Russia helps a little, I don't think Russia is in a position to really extend the help that Cuba needs to survive, and certainly not enough to be able to give the armed forces that extra compensation that they're used to. So I think that it's going to be a matter of time. Now, could helping them in arming them, could it, some other things that they might be able to do as their same way as in Iran, or they're talking about for Iran? Yeah, that would certainly help. But I'm not sure that a bloodbath would actually solve the problem. I think that first we try this economic squeeze, which seems to be working, and then we move on from there. I think that will work in time.
Well, I'm praying for the people of Cuba and people like yourself that were born there and left, and I would love to see freedom for that beautiful island nation. Let's talk in the final 30 seconds about your book, Gabriel Locke.
The book is called, yes,
I think we have an image of that to share.
Gabriel Locke, Bound by Law, and Gabriel Locke, Bound by Fate. It's a young lawyer. He's a Hispanic by his mom and an Anglo by his dad. And he practices in Miami in the 1980s when people from all over the world were coming to Miami. And it's a real look at the legal system. I've been a lawyer for 47 years. And this is a try to un-Hollywood the profession. And it's a story about a good guy who is a family man, and he goes out to defend his clients and help them. You'll find that it's a different kind of legal drama.
Best of luck with the book. Humberto, thanks so much for being with us. I look forward to visiting with you again soon. And prayers for all of our Cuban-American friends during what could be an exciting period. Now, our next guest has been to Cuba. He's been all over the world, and we love having him on. He's a New York-based Christian minister. He's served the persecuted church all over the world in war-torn communities, associated with the Infinity Bible Church in the Bronx, and leads the Redeem Ministries and Widows and Orphans. Of course, I'm talking about Pastor Bill Devlin, joining us again here in the Ringside Politics program. Hey, Pastor, welcome.
Hey, God bless you, and thanks so much for being on today. It's great to see you. I hope all is well. Yes. And yeah, I've actually been to Cuba 56 times. I'll be there again at the end of of August of 2026. And yeah, the place is a mess. And so I say, Dios te bendiga, and te amo con todo mi corazón en el nombre de Jesús to all my Cuban brothers that are listening today.
So what is your view on what's going to happen there, Pastor Bill? Looks like the regime maybe is on its last legs.
Yeah, I agree with your previous guest, the lawyer. I only spent a day in law school, so I'm glad that he's been around for 47 years. Yeah, and it's going to fall. I mean, I'm in contact with Cuba each and every day. And I've been there so often. We've been building churches. We've been holding Jesus Youth Festivals right underneath the nose of the Castros and the current president, Miguel Canal Diaz. And so we've been, my ministry with Redeem and with Widows and Orphans has really been flourishing in Cuba since 2007. We've been going down there. So, but yeah, as I talk with my team of pastors down there in Havana, in Holguin, in other cities, it's going to be rough. I have, for the last many years, I've been putting up solar units on top of churches and on pastors' homes. So those pastors are okay. But yeah, they're having blackouts for days at a time. So I encourage your viewers and listeners to pray for Cuba, and I think something's going to happen. 3 weeks ago, the U.S. State Department sent $6 million for food, and last week, as you know, the current president, Miguel Canal Diaz, had a conversation with Trump. So, we ran Cuba. We kicked the Spaniards out of Cuba in 1898, and then we ran the place for almost 2 decades. And so I think that that's going to happen again, and I'm grateful. Everybody's going to be running down there getting the 1956 and 57 Chevys, and they're going to bring them back here. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to make a lot of money. We pray, as I think about what's happening in New York City, if people want socialism, they didn't have to wait for Mamdani to become mayor. They can go to Cuba right now and live under the glorious disaster of socialism.
Isn't it interesting, Pastor Bill? I mean, you're talking about two places that you know very well, spend a lot of time, Cuba and New York. So New York is moving towards socialism. Cuba's moving away from socialism, hopefully. And, Cuba, maybe if it can break free from communism, it can have a bright future. New York, what kind of future are they going to have with Mamdani? Or I call him Mamdummy. He's scary.
Yeah, he's, before it goes socialist, it's going to go Islamist. I mean, we've seen in the last week his wife's hatred for the Jews, his wife's hatred for anything, and then he's, excusing now, she's not a public person. Well, yeah, she is. She's married to you. And so we see him at the iftar, we see him at Times Square praying with, thousands of people and thousands of Muslims, not just people. And so, yeah, he's going to force his Islamist and jihad, Mamdani he's going to force his Islamist and jihadist agenda down the throats of all New Yorkers. And, which is what they're doing in Nigeria. Nigeria is going to implement a Sharia law-wide banking system over the entire country. And the Nigerian government is spending $9 million to hire American lobbyists to tell our senators and Congress people that nothing to see here. There's no killings in Nigeria. Meanwhile, just 2 weeks ago, 300 Christians were killed, 8,000 last year.
We're up against it, Pastor. Keep up the great work. You're just a wonderful missionary and someone that is sounding the alarm about this persecution that is occurring, as you say, worldwide. That's Pastor Bill Devlin with us. We're going to take a brief time out. We'll come back with our final segment. Don't go anywhere right here on Real America's Voice. It's Ringside Politics. Jeff Crouere with you. We'll be right back.
It's fun for me to win on the course, but it's even more fun to win on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions, so try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
President Trump delivered on his promise to pardon January 6 defendants, but there are still 12 whose fights are far from over. Even though they've had their sentences commuted, they still cannot vote, possess firearms, receive military pensions and retirement benefits, obtain health care coverage, or secure employment. Stand in the Gap is renewing our Justice Restoration Fund to advocate for full pardons for these patriots. Please visit j6support.com or scan the QR code to support our fight for justice. Scan the QR code or visit j6support.com to make a tax-deductible donation to our Justice Restoration Fund today.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call or scan for your free writer's guide today.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5. It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing. There's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 Super Hot Steam cleans and kills up to 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
Ringside Politics, we report the news to you up front. Ringside Politics, politics with a punch. Ringside Politics, analysis made crystal clear. Ringside Politics, with your host, Jeff Crouere.
All right, so we have drone sightings in the U.S. Near Barksdale Air Force Base here in Louisiana. Drone sightings near other military installations. Remember the whole brouhaha about the drone sightings back in late 2024 up on the East Coast. Drones have been a big factor in this war, what Iran is using. It's been a big factor in the Russian-Ukrainian war. I figured, hey, let's bring on an expert. He's a drone expert, founder and chairman of Saxon Aerospace and Saxon Unmanned. Let's welcome John Ferguson to the program. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you.
Good. So, at the end of 2024, when all those drones were being spotted up in the Northeast, some people were saying it was aliens. But it wasn't, was it? It was so mysterious. We never really got a full explanation of what it was, John.
Well, it's funny because I was listening to all of these executive leaders, elected officials, if you will, saying that they're aliens and they're coming out of the water and Iranian flagships and all this other stuff. And I thought, oh, my God, these are the people that we put in office to run the country. So I had done a TikTok video and I had stated that my theory was that they were looking for a nuclear warhead, which myself and 2 other gentlemen have been working together for the past 3 years to try to stop a warhead from coming into the country. But unfortunately, as we had continued doing our digging, it has been here for quite some time. So I was trying to raise the awareness to the Biden administration, and I got the door shut in my face every single time. So that's when I felt like I just had to go public and say, hey, look, folks, this is what they're looking for. And we were right. I had several cease and desist from the White House, which I did not cease and I did not desist. But I just had to inform the American people that this is what they're looking for.
Well, and here's the thing, John. I hate secrecy. I hate the fact we're constantly lied to. They don't think we can handle the truth. We can handle the truth if we're told the truth. But so often they're cover-ups. I mean, so many things are cover-ups. And thank you for speaking the truth about, what this was. Did they find anything?
No, they did not. And a lot of people had asked me if they had found the actual warheads. And I was like, I don't know. Well, just recently we have uncovered that there is an imminent attack on America. This is the largest attack on American soil in our history. If we don't find this warhead, and we have just last week turned over all of the information to the authorities that shows exactly who had it, where it went, how it was packaged, and we turned over all the information that we had that will hopefully give the authorities that are investigating this everything they need to go directly to the source.
How many missing nuclear warheads are there here in this country? What, just one?
No, actually, we had uncovered that there's most definitely 1,000% one, but more 98% chance that there are two. There's one in Europe and there's one in the Middle East right now.
And what kind of damage could this do? I mean, how many deaths are we talking about here?
Fantastic question. If you do not service the warheads, then they'll become somewhat inert after every 7 or 8 years. And they'll become what we would consider a dirty bomb, which I'm just going to give you an example. If you put that in the city, a large city, a couple 100,000 people would suffer from that. But if you service the warhead, you'll get close to the full yield. And these are 18 to 20 kiloton warheads. And, you'll kill millions with these things. It's a freaking warhead, So the problem is that some people don't believe this, but if you look at a Pentagon report in the 90s stating that they knew that there was a warhead that had been brought into the United States, we connected all of the dots of who owned it, where it was, how they packaged it, how they delivered it to the United States, and that Iran had their fingerprints on it as well. So we gave them the information that they didn't know. And the reason why we know that this was valid, credible evidence is because the gentleman that I've been working with was accidentally exposed to that warhead, not even knowing what it was. And that's the truth.
And this was so this has been around since the 90s?
This one particular one has, yes, absolutely. Wow. Yeah. Okay. It's a real thing. It's not.
Can we say who's behind this? Is that classified? Or, I mean, you said Iran's connected with it, but who else?
The information that we have gathered is this is under globalist control. And I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but we can tell you that it's under the globalist. They're the ones that are controlling this asset. We don't know where it's at.
What do you mean by globalists? What do you mean by globalists? I mean,
that nefarious organization. Go ahead.
The Illuminati. I mean, when I think of globalists, I think of the World Economic Forum, people like that.
Now, if I were to say too much, I may not, get to wake up in the morning. In all honesty, okay. But no, those nefarious people that you always thought exist, they actually do exist, and those are the ones that control this asset.
We only have about a minute, so what's going on at Barksdale Air Force Base with the drones appearing there?
Well, a lot of the news agencies are really spinning up America and trying to fearmonger America on these drones. I wouldn't be bothered. These aircraft wouldn't be from an adverse or an adversarial nation. Is there a hobbyist out there? Yes, probably, but not an adversarial nation, not inside the United States. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Right. Okay.
But it does show a weakness in our system, though.
Yeah, and that is a very good point. Listen, we look forward to having you back on. Thank you so much for your work. John Ferguson with us here of Saxon Aerospace. All right, we talked to our guest earlier, Pastor Bill, about what's going on with New York City. Let's move to clip number 5, guys. And these are some folks taking over a Christian church. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I wanted to share it with you. Let's go to clip number 5.
So this is what we're doing. So we're praying at churches now. That's what we're doing, Sheikh. Wow. Astaghfirullah. Look at the brothers lining up at the church. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. So where are we, man? We at the church? Y'all praying at the church? No. Y'all praying at the church? What are we doing here, man? Why have we gathered here? Okay, mashallah. We're going to convert the church into a masjid. Okay, man. Y'all was scaring me for a minute. Get the khutbah, habibi. Get the khutbah. Yalla, inna alhamdulillah. Mashallah. Hey, beginner stages.
And finally, let's get a little glimpse into our future of AI. Let's go to clip number 6.
By 2030, almost 80% of people had lost their jobs.
They had no money, no purpose, but they had a lot of time on their hands.
The less people actually did physical work, the more they wanted to appear as if they did.
What if we could use the energy of humans to power the machines that took away their jobs?
Energem solved our need for energy and your need for purpose.
Our bright AI future. Let's check out some of the memes of the week. 3 of them submitted and passed our committee from Bill in Maryland. Some good ones. CNN, yeah, right. Here's one about supporting the country we live in. You got it. Or live in the country you support. And here's one about the SAVE Act. I love this one. Meme number 3, for the love of God, pass the SAVE Act. And then another one submitted by Donna in Utah, U-Haul Salesman of the Year, Gavin Newsom and Kathy Hochul. And then our great RAV team in Denver has one to share with us. And all right. There you go. Hey, very timely, tying that into the Cuba conversation that we had. Very, very well done. Very, very well done. All right. So do you have a meme? Do you have a Trump image of the week that you want to share with us? All you have to do is email me at jeff@wgso.com, and we'll certainly bring it before our committee, and we pick them, and we love getting good ones. Don't forget to check out the website. It is cruair.net. We got our poll about what's going to happen to Iran. Love to have you vote on that. And also during the week, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be on the air on WGSO Radio, Ringside Politics Radio Edition at 7 to 9 in the morning, 6 to 7 in the evening, Central Time. And then we'll look forward to being back here with you next week and to be working hard on preparing some more great guests, great topics, great videos for you. A big thank you to our fantastic team in Denver. Thank you, guys. And thank you for joining us here and sharing part of your afternoon with us for the Ringside Politics program on Real America's Voice. All right, keep it right here on Real America's Voice for more great programming. I'll see y'all during the week on the radio. See you back here next Saturday for another edition of Ringside Politics right here on Real America's Voice. Have a great week, everyone.
It's fun for me to win on the course, but it's even more fun to win on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions, so try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call or scan for your free writer's guide today.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5. It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 Super Hot Steam cleans and kills up to 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.